Hello everyone, and welcome to Zoo Crafting! I am Zookeeper Seri, and I am so excited to be here! And where is here, you might ask? Why, my friends, here is none other than the world-famous Zoodacia Zoo! Woo! Zoodacia, yay! We're back at the zoo! Woohoo! And if you guys are not familiar with our zoo crafting adventures in Zoodacia Zoo, don't worry, all you need to do is there is always so much to do in the zoo. And it is an expanding, beautiful Minecraft world that has been lovingly cared over through various iterations for over 5 years now. Going on 6 years pretty soon, which is pretty heckin' amazing, which means that there's a lot of history, a lot of wonder, a lot of very silly goose mistakes that I have made over that time, and we are back. Returning to our home, because it also means that spending so many years building up a fantastic zoo full of wonderful characters, good puppers, Lily and Tate, good puppers, yes, and you too, and wonderful giraffes, means that we have created quite the home here. But if you're new, don't fret. Although it may seem like a lot to take in, all you guys need to know is that there is so much to do in the zoo. It's a wonderful place full of adventures and exotic animals, full of all sorts of villages where we take care of the villagers, and full of all sorts of opportunities for future adventures that we are going to go on. So just settle in, relax. Old and new, there's plenty of place here for you at the zoo. And there's also plenty of things to keep me very, very busy. You see, I have a little bit of a big problem. Just a little bit of a big problem. And I'm not talking about my glorious, wonderful giraffes here. Look at those ossicones on top of your head, my dear. Yes, I could never have a problem with my giraffes, and I could never have a problem with you, Tate. Good boy, watch out for the big giraffe. She's feeling a little feisty today, apparently. And never have a problem with you, Lily girl, who's a good girl. I actually have a problem with this section of my zoo, the savannah section. We're currently in the giraffe zone, and I have a very hungry giraffe who apparently wants to be fed some apples. I'll have to see if I have some apples to give you very soon, my dear. Very soon indeed. But this is just the giraffe section where we keep a whole bunch of the giraffes before they go out into the big savannah area. And something is currently missing in the big savannah area. And yes, we have a savannah area, we have a temperate forest area, we have a jungle area, and we have so much more that we will be adding to our zoo. And if you already feel overwhelmed, don't worry. Every zoo that you visit's been around for a long time, and you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the animals you get to see. Plus, we will soon be, if rumors are true, heading to entirely new realms and places where you can start off with a new zoo from the very beginning. So hang in there if you are new and feeling a little bit like, what have I just stepped into? The answer is a glorious home where we will welcome you with open arms. And there's also going to be potential where you can see things from the very beginning coming soon. But I didn't say that, of course. Also, if you're not here for the roleplay, I don't know why you're here, but I hope you're having a good time. But anyway, my big problem is actually this. The lack of something very big. This is our savannah area. Our safari zone, where we were actually going to start installing a nice Jeep tour. Those are a bunch of impatient guests who frolic outside of the giraffe zone, and they're still waiting all of this time for somewhere to sit. We need to build them benches, we need to make them restaurants and restrooms and places to stay. Until then, they just kind of crowd around and ooh and all over the giraffes because they have good taste. But my big problem is not those beautiful giraffes that we have over in the open savannah area. It's not these vultures. Vultures are actually wonderful, wonderful creatures. A lot of vulture species are actually endangered now, and we'll talk about that later. But it's the fact that something's missing. Some big somethings. Some big gray somethings with rumps so large that there is no way that I could miss them if they were not in here. What is going on? Where, my friends, are my elephants? My elephants have disappeared! And I don't know what to do about that. How does an elephant disappear? I go away from the zoo due to being very busy with many of our pixel biology journeys for just a couple months. And okay, maybe more than a couple months. It's been quite a while. But don't dwell on that, Seri. I'm just happy to be home. And what happens when I come back? My giraffes are here, but my elephants have gone missing. So we have a case of missing giraffes, and I'm a little bit alarmed about that. Also, someone has let some chickens loose in the savannah area again. We'll have to find them a better home. Oh, Lily Tate, come on. I know you guys can teleport through here. Come on, guys. Oh, and actually, I'm getting a little hungry. Oh my goodness, do I have anything to eat? Oh no, do I have anything to eat? Just some mushrooms? Heckin'. I have some zombie jerky from the rotten flesh for my dogs. We've got duck, sweet potato, and cranberry dog food. I don't even have any emergency. Oh my gosh. All right, it looks like I'm going to have to dip into the giraffe's apple storage. Oh, hey, Aussie. This is Aussie, one of our barn cats who actually lives out here with the giraffes. Her name is Aussie because, you know, ossicones, those big, hey, hold still, hold still. Hold still, my dear. Those big antler things on top of a giraffe's head are called ossicones, and the males actually use them to battle with one another. Oh good, we do have, oh, some grapes. Those will be really yummy. And we do have some apples, so I'm gonna actually have to snack on some of the giraffe's apples today. Alright, let me go ahead and nibble some of these. And Lily and Tate, I'll go ahead and get you some food in just a moment, my loves. How about some duck, sweet potato, and cranberry dog food from the doggy food store that we have? Oh, what's this? Do we have enough browse for the giraffes today? Zookeeper Lee, how have you been doing? Are you hanging out with Aussie all right? I can't believe the elephants just vanished. Where did the herd go? I know, right? I have no idea where the whole herd has gone. I'm a little concerned about the fact that our elephants have vanished. I think we may actually need to prepare ourselves, my friends, and we may very well need to go on an expedition to search for the elephants. But not quite yet. There is so much to do in the zoo, and I have quite a bit of other things that we need to work on as well. Zookeeper Birch, how are you doing? I just don't get it, Seri. Where did the elephants go? I mean, that's a very good question, Zookeeper Birch. We're gonna have to add it to the list. Oh my gosh. But, okay. Clearly, they're capable. If my elephants manage to escape, and let's see if we can wiggle past. Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you. Oh, thank you very much for the donations. The donations to... I wish there was a bench to sit down. I'm sorry, guest. I'm very sorry. It appears that a couple of our guests have actually tried climbing inside of... This is actually literally a trash can. We literally have guests sitting inside of the trash can. They're so exhausted, dropping trash in plastic cups. I wish there was a bench to sit down. I know you guys all want somewhere to sit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You might want to get out of the trash can though. Oh no, now I'm really? This is how we're starting things this time. This is how I'm coming home to the zoo after so long. Literally by being in a trash can? I don't know about this. All right. All right, well, I will leave all of these guests to their devices. Hopefully, they're being watched over by a couple of our spare zookeepers. Eventually, we will get them a bunch of benches. But like I said, friends, you are not coming into a brand new world. You're coming into a home that is many years old. And I hope that we are going to be able to make an even better place out of this. To add benches for the guest. To make sure the guest also... What are you doing down there, sir/ma'am? Oh my goodness! Like, friends, I don't think this is supposed to be a safe area for you. Oh, Lily! It is definitely not safe for puppies! Lily, just because you see some lava. Lily, I know you have a bad habit of being a lava swimming dog. You love swimming in lava, and yes, maybe we have actually trained you so that you can survive swimming in lava, but still, have a little more caution, my dear. Last time we started Zoocrafting off on the very first episode, over 1,000 episodes ago, literally over 1,000 episodes ago, what did you do, Lily? You fought a bear in the first minute. I remember. I was there. It was very alarming. But alright. Oh, and there's our giant termite mound. It'd be even better if it was surrounded by some giant elephants. Alright. Well, we're going to add to our list of many things to do now that we're just back home by going on an expedition to try to find our elephants. However, it's going to have to wait a little bit because we have a few pink projects waiting for us right around the corner. And you may wonder what I'm talking about with that, but let me lead you down the path and go ahead and show you. Because right down here, past more of the savannah area. Welcome to my unfinished yet very deeply beloved zoo, friends. We happen to have Sunflower, hey girl, with a acacia ant tree, which is really cool, surrounded with a bunch of species of acacia ant. And these guys! Flamingos! Huzzah! Huzzah! And they have been very busy laying eggs and hanging out with the capybara. And they are actually very ready to start hatching those eggs and have their own flamingo section. Biologist Corey here has been keeping a good eye on them, and he really feels that our flamingo flock, which is currently just these two flamingos, is really ready to expand. Biologist Corey, that boa is still watching you, huh? It's been up there for a while, so we've just been trying to let him hang out on top of the bamboo. But we actually need to build the flamingos a new area. That is one of the things on my to-do list. Finding the elephants is definitely another thing on my to-do list, and we will go on an expedition pretty soon for that. But I figure if the elephants have already managed to somehow get out of our savannah, they're probably pretty safe together. So, you know what? We probably should figure out where they ran off to. So expedition first, and then Corey will be back, and we will actually work on hatching the flamingo eggs and building the flamingos a beautiful, beautiful watery bayou where they can hang out, where it'll have really shallow water, and we'll be able to like cut down this bamboo and maybe even clear some of the area of the jungle spots away so that the flamingos will... Oh, hello, Corey. I know you're very excited about hatching flamingos, aren't you? So that the flamingos will have somewhere to go. But alright, my friends, there is so much to do in the zoo, and now that we have assessed the fact the elephants are missing, and we have gone ahead and glanced at our capybara and flamingos, I hope we've given you just a little bit of a taste of what you can expect here in Zoodesia in terms of its wildlife. Alright, and speaking of in terms of its wildlife, why don't we have a little bit of a tour? Since we are returning to home after so long, Lily and Tate. Come on, you two. But let's have a little bit of a tour after I put my puppers safely into a safari net and introduce you guys to Sunflower, my golden chocobo. Sunflower has been with us for a very long time, and she is one of our best friends. Oh, Corey, my boots are so waterlogged from looking for water plants to feed them. I know, hang in there, Corey. We'll be able to get you something for the capybara and the flamingo soon. And don't worry, guys, that's actually a teleporter that will take you to other sections of the zoo. It is not actually an escaped baby giraffe. But Sunflower is a species of chocobo from the exotic realm of Final Fantasy who has come to us to help us as one of our dear friends. We actually bred her a long, long time ago in the oldest of the old zoo crafting worlds, and she can fly, and this is how we get around in style in Zoodesia. So why don't we go ahead and have a little bit of a tour for those of you who are new, and a little bit of a tour for those of you who are old, and we can admire the world that we have created like never before. Right down here, we have the beginnings of our savannah area, which I'm really hoping we'll be able to expand quite a bit soon. We've got our main termite mound right over there. I dream of being able to spread the termite mounds in more places. We have got our giraffe barn over here. Somewhere out there, some escaped elephants roam, and hopefully we'll be able to rebuild the herd by going forth and finding wherever they have put themselves in this wild realm. Out here we have a big giant desert that we haven't really accessed very much of yet, but one day hope to expand our terraforming to. I've been thinking about putting a really cool museum of artifacts. Artifacts that cover not only the adventures here in Zoodesia, but the adventures in all of our pixel biology journeys. So imagine having something dedicated to our nichelings in a gigantic museum. That would be really cool. But there's the desert beyond, which actually I think sounds like a great name for it. And then back over here, we have one of our first jungles. We've got a builder's hut down there where we have quite a few builders that we can hire to get projects done quickly. We've only cut one path through this jungle over all the years, but I have a feeling that that is soon going to change. And one of the biggest builds that we have in the jungle is this right over here. an absolutely gigantic and fantastic aviary filled with all sorts of exotic bird species and their little eggs hidden away. Definitely a great place to bring you guys at one time. Don't worry, you don't need to take in the whole zoo at once. It's way too old and way too big for that, especially because we've got some tigers somewhere down here. Oh, I see the glimpse of a tiger right down there, and another one. Yes, we might have to release a few of them to the wild because they have had babies, which was very exciting. Up here is Mushroom Island, where a whole bunch of mushrooms that a long, long time ago people actually adopted from us happen to live. I love it. Sammy's mushroom, everybody's mushrooms are hanging out up here. We have the very, very humblest beginnings of our Arctic area over here. Nothing really to speak of just yet, but inside the mountain we've been chiseling away at building new areas. Down here with this beautiful and elaborate system of bridges, we actually have Peafowl Garden, which I really love. It's full of peacocks and all sorts of beautiful peahens. We've got quite a few lovely little paths leading into the mountain. We've got a whole bunch of labs, actually a whole lab dedicated to researching eggs inside of the mountain that direction. Not that you could tell because of all the trees, but hey, I love trees. And then over here, we've got even more of Zoodecia. Special trees that people have planted over the years. Oh my goodness. We've got wonderful, beautiful bridges spanning over gigantic rivers. We have an entire lake full of swans. Just look at this place and beautiful swan nest. We've got entire areas filled with ducks, a whole bunch of rescue ducks and their rescue duck ranger who watches over them. We have got the Tate and Tackle, which is a great place to go to learn all about fish. We have a beautiful wisteria cafe right over here, where you can enjoy some lovely wisteria while admiring the lily pads of Lily Pad Bridge. Further in, we have actually got a gorgeous red wolf little territory with some beautiful red wolves inside of it. We have a beautiful white-tailed deer exhibit that is one of our oldest exhibits, some lovely maple trees, another aviary filled with woodpeckers, a little water snake spot to teach people about the precious water snakes, the picnic pickup area, which I hope one day will actually have people enjoying its little picnic baskets, our black bear. Oh, and our honey area! I almost forgot about our little beehive zone. Heck, we've got so much! We've got so much, and we've got so much more that one day I really hope we'll be able to add in, including a very ancient forest where all of our patron trees have been planted. Look at those puppies. We're gonna have so many more to add in soon, too. And that's not all, of course. We have quite a few trees, these gigantic trees. There's my house, a giant tree house. We've got a giant tree over here, a rice trader down there. We clearly have such a gorgeous, gorgeous world to explore, and it includes interesting creatures like cow plants hidden away in its forest, and little aviaries where actually my dodo bird, Martha, is roosting on her eggs still. They have definitely probably, hatched by now. The fact that they're dodo bird and creeper babies, well, we'll talk about that another day. We have the Garden of Memories. We have got the Tree of Light. We have Zomberry Village down here. Oh, it's a beautiful world, my friends. The Village of Light right over here. So many things have happened here, and so many things have come and gone. A little fruit market, the guard tower. So many adventures, and it can seem quite overwhelming, but I want to reassure all of you that it is not. It is just beautiful and wonderful, and I'm going to leave Sunflower down here at the Chocobo Stables with all of her children, who I hope are having a good day. There you go, Sunflower. You can hang out with the kids while I go ahead and go see what my darling is up to. Alright, just gonna wiggle in here. There's the puppy play yard at the back of the Two Paws Puppy Daycare and Playpen Zone. They also make delicious baked goods and dog food that we buy. We'll wiggle this way. And then we'll go ahead and go through Zomberry Village, where my villager son Junior lives. Like I said, there's a lot to catch up on, but you don't need to worry. Just know that this too can be a home for you, just like it is a home for me and thousands of others who have wandered through the realm of zoo crafting in the past. All right. Because you don't walk into a zoo, oh hey Gardener Mimi, and just expect to know everything. Oh, thanks Mimi's sheep sweetheart, who's not so sweet and is currently terrifying some poor villagers inside their house. Thanks for your poo. Hey, Alia, who's a good girl? You keep guarding the villagers, okay? I'll be back to visit with them soon. But it is a huge world, and you are not expected to understand all of it. Just know that it's got a lot of potential adventures to share with all of you. Because we're home. It's got a lot of beautiful adventures, amazing discoveries like little mystery bugs flying by. And of course, our male mob on duty, Jude, our Enderman, who watches after our male oh so well. And just know that, yeah, there's a lot of adventures that you can expect. I look forward to sharing so many more of them with you now that zoo crafting has returned. My boots are back on the ground, carefully stepping around the little snail and slug kingdom that we have in my back garden. And I'm so excited to see my darling! Darling! Professor Chips, my wonderful husband. We weren't married last time I actually was here in Zoo Crafting, darling. And there's just so much to do. I'm so excited. Like, oh, and look at the view. I can actually see the trees from here now that we've updated everything. I'm so tickled. Oh, this is so exciting. Darling, what do you think? I have so many projects that I want to accomplish. So much to do in the zoo. I know I've been very busy and taking care of other things in our pixel biology community. But come on, I have flamingos to hatch. I have elephants to go find. Not to mention the whole project that's going on down in the basement, you know, deep inside the laboratory. I really hope everything's going all right there. I mean, it is a little bit of a complicated project I'm asking of all of our scientists down, you know, in the lab. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not the safest thing to have a lab right below my feet. But anyway, what do you think, my love? Welcome home. I've got some chickpea noodle soup ready for you, and those tasty biscuits you made earlier. Be sure to eat up and don't get too distracted. I know you're excited about the new adventures you have planned, but there's no need to rush. It's important to take care of things here at home too, isn't it? Like relaxing. Thank you, my love. Yes, it is important to relax. After all, I'm inviting a bunch of new people into our home, and it's a huge, sprawling home. But, I mean, you don't just go over to somebody's house and expect to know everything about them. But alright, let me go ahead and enjoy some chickpea noodle soup. And then, you know, some funny feeling tells me I should probably check on what's going on down in my lab, down in the deep, deep basement, just to make sure nothing's going wrong with some of the experiments they're running. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, darling! Darling! The house is shaking! Oh my gosh! What was that? Whoops.